or your moja. On your way, on your way to your shy. On your Sikaye moja, Sikaye moja. Sikama wofe, Sikame yiwe, Sikama hota, Sikame bibiara, Sikaye moja. Monkano kura, Sikanya wakura. The many padas and you presican, Mutuman Sassacra.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, Sikaya Moja, and I'm sure you've heard this song over and over again. It says that Sikama Honfe. You can buy beauty. Why not? You can. See, they say that if you don't have money and you go for a funeral or you lose a loved one, your contribution will be to park chairs at the funeral. Yes. Well, Paul Kofi Mante is Managing Director of EDC Investments. He's joined us to have a conversation about personal debt management. Paul, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you, Winston. Sika. Money. Somebody said it can even boost your immune system.
Oh, but that's true.
It is called vitamin M.
Well, the truth is that, you see, when you are stressed, it destroys a lot of things.
Yeah.
So if you have money, you don't have that stress. You're cool. You're calm.
Sika.
Oh, but money is everything.
Somebody said even romance without money is annoyance.
It's annoyance. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but if you don't. Oh, money. Well, so we all need money. And, at every point, people need money. And sometimes you may not have the money that you want. People would want to borrow. But at what point do you say, this is a good loan or this is a bad loan? And, I was saying it this morning that I was listening to the drive time. I think it was on Tuesday or Monday, when Leslie asked the question, have you had a situation where a friend borrowed money from you and didn't pay? And the stories shocked me. Look, people have borrowed money. Somebody said since 2013.
Can you imagine that?
It's been 13 years the person hasn't paid. So, Paul, I know we've had conversations about investments and all, but I know we'll end with investment because it's very important. That's the only way to ensure that.
It's my DNA.
You don't even. But let's do it this way.
Yeah.
When do you say, I need to go and borrow? At what point do you say, ask for this thing that I need to do, even though I don't have the money, let me borrow money for it?
Thank you. So I will respond to your question, but I think I want to build up from the point that borrowing, it's not evil. Loans are not necessarily bad. So we are not here to say that loans are bad, borrowing is evil. I mean, when you look at strong economies, big economies, there is a lot of borrowing, there is a lot of debt. The issue is what you do with the money. Smart borrowing builds wealth. Emotional borrowing builds stress. If you borrow based on emotions, you will build up stress. If you borrow smart, you will build wealth. When does a loan make sense? When is a good loan? When you have to borrow, you have to ask yourself one important question. Would this loan put money in my pocket or take money out of my pocket? Is this loan I'm going to take, is it a value addition or value subtraction?
Okay.
Is it going to add value or is it going to take?
Okay, hold on a second on that, because we need to, value addition or value subtraction. So let's practicalize it. Because a lot of, you finish school, you get a job. The next thing you're thinking about is to get a car.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're going to get a car, for instance, you ask, okay, it brings you comfort. But while bringing you comfort also, Paul, you need to buy fuel. You need to maintain the car.
Yeah.
So in buying a car, and my late father used to say, "Obi tokama onche wadi wa," because then you need to maintain that vehicle, and that comes with its own cost. A lot of young people who are listening now and are asking, would that be a right decision? At what point is taking a loan to buy a car a good decision or a bad decision?
You see, I had a privilege, Obi Toka Chawa. I had a privilege of meeting a man who was not well and knew he was going to pass on, and had the opportunity to discuss. Had a few discussions with him by his bedside. He had a number of properties. He had willed to his children. He had 2 or 3 V8s, huge ones. He willed none of the cars to the children. He gave the cars to brothers, family members, and the properties and the investment to the children.
Okay. Did he tell you why?
Well, because he thought that the children were not at the stage where they could afford to drive V8. And he had trained them, and to date, this happened maybe 6 years, 7 years ago. I know the children, they are still doing well. They have good investment, but you see them driving their Camry, their Corolla. Meanwhile, they have millions of cedis working for them. So let's make it practical. When a seamstress buys another sewing machine, buys a knitting machine to help increase her cash flows, or if a tailor does that to help increase his cash flows, it's a good loan. It's not a bad loan. When a trader, we are in January, December, if you're a trader and you had to stock to make more money during the Christmas and you took a loan to do that, it's a good loan. It's not a bad loan.
Boys say you are taking us back. We're in February now.
Yes.
You don't want us to leave January.
So, let's look forward to the rainy season. You are in Abosso, wherever, and you take a loan to buy car wipers, knowing very well that when the rainy season starts, it's a period where wipers will be sold in quantities, umbrellas, and you stock. That is a good loan. It's not a bad loan. If a driver takes a loan to buy a small car for Uber, it's a loan that he or she is repaying. It's a good loan. It's not a bad loan. Let me make it even more practical. I took a loan, thanks to EcoBank. I took a loan, a mortgage, to buy a house.
Okay.
Within 7 years, I had finished paying for that mortgage. Okay. I was living in a rented house before taking that mortgage. But listen, anytime you pay rent, that money is gone for good. It will never come back again.
Sure.
It only gives you a temporary place to lay your head. And you think that 2 years rent advance, 2 years is far. Oh, you will sleep. By the time you wake up,
it's 2 years.
It's 2 years. And you know what? Normally, the rent will be increased. Especially if you bought a car within the 2 years. If you bought a car and the landlord sees that you have a car, it's a car bounce. So I took a mortgage. Anytime you pay rent, that money is gone. It will never come back. I took a mortgage. Immediately I took the mortgage, the house was available for me to move in. So now I stopped paying rent. Anytime I did the mortgage repayment or the mortgage servicing, I was owning the house. And I was living in the house. And I told my wife that, Charlie, now that we've taken a mortgage, look, let's cut down on some things and let's focus on the repayment. Periodically, we get some lump sum, we try to reduce. Within 7 years, we had finished paying for the house. Now the house is mine. That is a good loan. It's not a bad loan. But there are also loans that are bad loans. You take a loan to go and buy a phone to show off. You take a loan to go and buy a phone. In fact, the features on the phone, you may not even use 10% of the features. I use a phone like nobody's business, constantly on my phone, because I work with my phone. I engage with my phone. But you go and buy a phone to show off, so you take selfie. At whose cost? At whose expense? You take a loan for a wedding, to go and marry.
Yeah, but boys must marry.
You don't need a loan to marry.
Is there? They say that when you were born, you were not there. You see, when they do the naming ceremony, you don't see it. When you die and you're being sent away to, you won't see it. the only stage in your life that you would see is when you're getting married. So you must celebrate it.
Listen, December, I was at East Legon for a couple who were celebrating 30th wedding anniversary and renewal of vows. Beautiful program. It started from morning to midnight. Oh yes, from morning to Bedini Alpe. They made provision because meanwhile these guys married in court. They didn't even have a white wedding because they were living in some chamber and hall. And I know them very well. So some chamber hall around North Carnation, they went to the wedding to go and sign that. Look, we don't want to impress anybody. We are not in competition with anybody. Let's do what we can afford. They've seen their children through college in the US, Canada. All children are graduated. Now they say we want to celebrate 30th anniversary. Family and friends, come. Make we do you show. Momra, make we blow money. So fair. And don't get me wrong. If you can afford it, why not? But I am saying you don't go and take a loan for a wedding. You see, the first miracle Jesus performed was at a wedding. And he performed that miracle because there was a shortage of wine.
Yes.
So even in the days of Jesus, there were shortages. Everybody got the drink. So it's not.
But you see, people complained, and so there's always that fear that when people come for your weddings and come to your wedding, and then the shortage, they go out there, and we also say, and I've said before that part of the reason I do not take gifts to a wedding is that you are ready, you've had time to plan, and you've invited.
You decided to marry.
Yes, you decided to marry. As for Ariana told plate.
Yeah,
you've invited me to come, so I will come.
Yeah,
I will show up.
Yeah,
but when you lose somebody, nobody prepares for a funeral, so that we understand. But as for wedding, you've prepared and invited.
Yes.
So you are saying.
So if you are prepared, it means that you've made enough money for the wedding. And I'll give you an example. There is a couple we cancelled. Maybe 10 years, 12 years ago, they came home. We had conversation. And normally during the counseling, money matters is part of me. So I dedicated a day to have a conversation around their wedding budget. And this event center for this, that for this. I say, hey, young man and young woman, do you have a land? You are going to blow money. You are going to do wedding dinner. You don't have a land. We managed to convince them. They cut off a number of things. I was at the wedding, PIWC, Damsuman. They ended up having their wedding reception at the basement. It was a cocktail, at the basement. So they had to go and ask for a refund from an event center they had booked and all that. But you know what shocked me? 3 years after the wedding, I'm there one day and then I get a WhatsApp from the guy. You are invited to the dedication of our first house and we want you to come and do the dedication for us.
Wow.
I'm being practical here. I don't have his permission. I would have mentioned his name. And these are not high income earners. So by the time they went to collect money from the event center, they decided that no wedding dinner. We will do a cocktail. Honey and no. By the time they were done with the wedding, they had some good buffer to buy a land and start small. Within 3 years, they were done with their house. And I've lost count of the number of people who will come, who will engage them, who will have conversation, do something modest. Within 5 years, people are done with their first house. So if you take money, you took a loan to go and marry, you are starting your marriage in a pit. Now you come to sea level before you start.
That's when you see your partner's face and you frown. Because you owe.
You go for the what do you call it? The wedding after wedding.
The honeymoon.
And you go and discuss loan. Charlie, this one we have to pay. That one we have to pay. And you see, the people you took their money from, they will also be at the wedding. So even at the wedding, you see them.
Interesting. They are also at the wedding monitoring how
things are going. Say, hey, okay. Okay. I see. The point we want to make, and we are talking about financial well-being. We are saying that loans are not bad. loans are not evil, but you take loans to do things that will bring back money to you. So don't go and borrow for a wedding, for a party, for a naming ceremony, for a funeral. You don't borrow to impress people. It's as simple as that. You don't borrow for lifestyle upgrade. Obia to car. Among my friends, everybody has a car. So I also need to have a car. Do what you can afford.
At what point do you get the car? I mean, I'm interested in the car conversation because a lot of brothers and sisters would say, "Oh, you don't understand.
Yeah,
So I need a car."
yeah,
I mean, recently there was a lot of conversation about public transport and all the challenges with the trotros, refusing to move and all of that. So I mean, I work in Kokomilemle. I live at Dansoman. I need to be at work very early. I live at Abokobi. I need to get to work very early. At the time from my house to work and to the station is a bit far. What do I do? Why don't I get a car? So for that person, if he needs to take a loan to get a car, is there anything wrong with it?
Well, it's also important to put this conversation in context.
Sure.
That we have unique lives. So we'll give general advice. But each individual needs to look at your unique situation and look at what works for you. But you should never borrow to look rich. You borrow to become rich. You don't borrow to look rich. So if you need a car, what kind of car do you need? If you seriously need a car. When my son, my first boy, completed his A-level, I told him that from today, you are not using Uber. And forget about a driver going to drop you. You are going to for whatever classes. You're going to see a friend. You pick Trotsky. You know how to pick Trotsky. But you'll be fine. The first 2 days, 3 days, he wasn't seeing top because he's sitting in Trotsky with Google Map. Look, or maybe obese form. After 1 week, he came to me that, "Hey, Charlie, but the thing is cheap. Oh.
Okay.
It's cheap. I have done rounds this whole week and I've spent so little." So it's an issue of the mind. It's an issue of the cash flows. It's an issue of looking long term, looking financial independence. So if you seriously need a car, do the cash flow analysis. How much is it costing me today? How much will it cost me to buy the car? And you see, the cost of buying the car, taking the loan to buy the car, the total cost is not only the loan you are taking. The cost also includes the fuel you'll be buying.
Exactly.
The cost also includes the maintenance of the car. People have sat in my sessions, a number of people have sat in my sessions, and they've moved from their own houses, the houses they live in. It's for them. They've moved into rented houses because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to live in a rented house at Dansoman when you are working in Kolebu than to live at Miwochu, at Dodoa, and say, "I live in my own house." And you wake up at 4 a.m., 4:30. The social cost, the cost of fuel, the marginal cost, the additional amount you are spending on fuel, the risk, the fact that you are not even having enough time for family, you are leaving home at dawn, and you get home tired, you get to the office tired. Because you leave home at 4:30, you are in traffic for 2 hours, 3 hours to work and back. We don't look at the cost. So sometimes people come for one-on-one session. You do the cash flow analysis and they realize that, so if I move into a rented house at Dansoman, if I move into a rented house at Labadi, and I pay 2,000, 3,000 a month, and I look at the fuel I'm saving, in fact, I end up saving far more. This money, you don't treat money with emotion, so it's cash flow analysis, as simple as that. Several years ago, somebody came to me after one-on-one. You know what he did? He moved out of his house, rented the house out for $2,000, moved into a house and paid $500.
Okay.
What has he done? He's converted that house into an asset. And remember, the house you live in is not an income generating asset.
Of course.
He's converted that house into an income generating asset that is giving him an extra $1,500 every month.
Yeah.
But somebody, you can be emotional and say, "This is my house. I bought this house. I built it myself. How can I move out of my house into a rented house? It's an emotional way of looking at things. So the issue of the car, buy the car. If you seriously need the car, don't buy the car to look rich.
Okay.
I nearly said something. It can get me into trouble. But I'm in the studio. People cannot see me to beat me up. So let me say it. let me say it. So should I say it or I shouldn't say it?
Say it
I'll
to
say
protect
it.
you.
Thank you for the protection. It is smarter to have a house and not have a car than to have a car that you park on somebody's compound.
I like that. So it's smarter,
Yes.
to have a house
Yes.
than to have a car
Yes.
and park that car
On somebody's compound.
on somebody's compound.
Don't get me wrong, if you seriously need a car, it's a matter of the cash flows. It's as simple as that. And the type of car. You don't go and buy a 4-liter engine car. I've met people, I do one-on-one. I've met people who spend between 12,000 and 18,000 cedis a month on fuel.
Yeah. I mean, some of these vehicles you can.
So it's a matter of the cash flows. I mean, the guys may love cars, we may love power. I don't have a problem with that. But if you love the power, you should have the one you use for the daily knockabout. So you don't end up spending. So, Winston, the whole conversation is about cash flows. Is this adding money to me or is taking money out of my pocket? It's as simple as that.
Okay, now we'll take the test. Before we take the test also, there's something that I have seen now. And, these days, you have a lot of financial institutions and a lot of loans around. People would call you and they offer you loans. Of course, they also, when they give you loans, those become their assets. So it's always important that, they call you and ask you to come for a loan and then you pay interest on it. And then you have this situation where people are able to engage in digital loans. They borrow from their network providers, but find it very difficult to pay. And people regularly owe. Those people who are always borrowing, from their service providers, how do they manage that situation?
Yeah, so you need to think through borrowing. You need to be sure of the cash flows. So you mentioned, let me talk about the test, and then I will respond to you.
Okay.
So when you need to borrow, before you take the loan, there are 3 tests you need to go through. Test number 1 is the income test. Can the loan help? Can the loan help you earn more money? Is this loan going to help you earn more money, or is going to take money out of your pocket? So test number 1, I'm taking a loan, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. Am I going to earn more money out of this loan? Test number 2 is the comfort test. After repayment, because loans are not free, after repayment, can you still eat? Can you still breathe? Or you go into hiding? Can you still live your normal life? So the comfort test. So you take a loan and you, after the monthly repayment, you must still survive. Test number 3, will the benefit be higher than the interest cost? So you took a loan of 100,000. The interest rate is 20% per annum. So you are paying 20,000 cedis on your 100,000. If that loan is giving you, can help you generate 125,000, it's a good loan. Because you end up with 5,000 extra. If you are going to take 100,000 to just go and buy a TV, then every day when you are watching is your future income, because the loan is not free. Now, when it comes back to your question about these people calling you, you take these quick loans to handle emergencies, not comfort. So you have an emergency. And you see, there are emergencies that come up that if you don't confront the emergency immediately, the consequences could be dying. It may mess you up. your spouse is not well, your mother is not well, there's an emergency and you need to go undergo some surgery, something needs to happen, and you need some 10,000 quick money, you need some 20K quick money, and so they discuss the loans on Joy, so I won't take the loan. The person can die. And it will end up costing you more. So you don't take these quick loans to fund comfort and lifestyle. You take quick loans to deal with emergency. Okay. So if it's not emergency, hold on and make sure that you've done your assessment well before taking a loan.
How about those who say that so my salary is not enough, so every month I would take something small to support my salary, and so these quick loans, quick fixes become an additional way of generating income monthly?
You see, it's not an additional way. It's taking your income you haven't earned. Because that the loan you are taking, market to answer me, but the loan you are taking is not free. You will repay anyway. It's your salary is 3,000. You said 3,000, and so the salary is 3,000. It's not enough. So let me take a loan. But you will start repayment out of the 3,000. So you're going to end up with something less than the 3,000 anyway. And market to let me deal with that. You see, there is a law called the Parkinson law. The Parkinson law explains why most people will retire poor, even after earning substantial income through their working years. The Parkinson law states that no matter how much people earn, they will always adjust their lifestyle to match their salary. The lifestyle inflation. I was in Takwa, a big church conference. After speaking, I asked a simple question. How many of you are not investing because the salary is not enough? If you are not able to invest because the salary is not enough, let me see by hand, the whole church. Then I did a follow-up question. How many of you believe that if your salary is doubled from today, now it will be enough and you can save and invest? Let me see by hand, the whole church. I called 10 people at random. You come. And I'm a guest speaker. I don't even know them. 10 people at random. I gave them pieces of paper. Everybody write your current salary for me. Among the 10, the lowest income earner was earning 350 cedis a month.
Okay.
In this person's mind, if it is doubled, it will be enough. A double is 700. But among the 10, there was one earning 5,000 cedis, which is more than 10 times the 350. On also sense, so it's not enough. There was one on a salary of 11,000. The highest income earner was earning 20,000 cedis a month. The guy earning 350 cedis a month says it's not enough. The guy earning 20,000 cedis says it's not enough. Why? It's lifestyle. Even the car conversation we had, ask yourself, why do people change cars? They change cars because levels don't change. People don't change cars because I need to change the car. And if you have a good car that you are using the last 5 years, the last 10 years, you are doing your servicing and it's not giving you any stress and you don't need a bigger car, why change it?
People say after 2 years you must change your car.
The Lord be with them.
Well, indeed, the Lord be with us all. My guest is Paul Kofi Mante, who is Managing Director of EDC Investments. We're having a conversation about, personal debt management. This one is you. We're having a conversation about you, how to manage your personal debt. And I like the, test, whether, if you, the 3 tests that you must take.
Yeah.
First of all,
the income test.
Can the loan help you earn more money?
Yeah.
The comfort test. After repayment, can you still eat, pay rent, and breathe? And
not go into hiding. When somebody call you, I want to send Momo to, hey, don't send to this number. Why?
You find people, they say, oh, Charlie, can you? I'll tell you, somebody asked for help one day, and I sent the money to the number that I had, and he said, oh, Charlie, you kill me. Well, I told him, well, that's the price you pay for owing and not wanting to pay.
But you see, let me make an important point. That loan you have taken is other people's money. It's unfair that you took. The banks don't have free money. The Momo, we all have Momo on our account. It's our own monies that are being given to other people as loans. When you take that money, you don't repay. It is our money that you are not repaying. So when you take a loan, there is dignity in repaying your loans. You don't take your loan and go into hiding. So take the loan. But test 2 is you have to breathe. You need to be able to eat after you've taken the loan.
Okay. Well, so that's a conversation we're having this morning. If you have any questions for Paul Mante, you can send them via WhatsApp 055 1111 997. 0551111 Okay, would love to hear from you here on the Super Morning Show. But love speaks many languages. What's yours? Well, sometimes it's a surprise gift, sometimes it's dinner for two, and sometimes it's the sound of a credit alert. This Valentine's, Stanbic Bank has got your back as you express your love effortlessly. Chewodo. When banking works smoothly, love flows with ease. Download the Stanbic app and enjoy the convenience of world-class banking. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh to learn more. Remember, with Stanbic Bank, you can share the joy of love. Okay, but if you need fuel, make that smart stop at Star Oil, Ghana's largest oil marketing company. With over 240 stations nationwide, Star Oil gives you high quality fuel, great service, and real value for money. And this is why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with a Star card, you can enjoy safe cashless fueling and easy expense tracking. Wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuel. We still have Paul Mante, who's MD, Managing Director of EDC Investments. This message, Paul, says, Winston, what's the definition of if you can afford? I earn good money, but I have difficulty in saving since my expenses exhaust my money monthly. What is wrong if you take a loan for something important to restrict my disposable income? Paul.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with taking, and I've said this over and over. So let me repeat that we are not saying loans are bad. I took a mortgage from EcoBank to buy. So somebody is listening to us. You've been paying rent the last 10 years, the last 15 years. I took a mortgage. Within 7 years, I had done repayment and the house became mine. So we are not saying that the loan is bad. Of course, some can also use the loans as a forced saving plan. If you think that you are not disciplined. If the money come, I go chop. So I'll go and take 100,000 loan. Invest 100,000 and let them deduct every month. Then I know that the 100,000 is there. It's not money I've spent. I don't have a problem with that. Even with that, if you stretch it, you also need to look at what is the interest on the investment, what I've done with the 100K, and what is the cost of the 100K. So if you are using it as a forced saving plan, no big deal. But we are saying that don't take a loan to fund enjoyment. Don't take a loan to look rich.
Okay.
Take a loan to become rich.
Now, Daniel Mate says, please, Winston, buy a car for commercial business. It will take you to work and pick you after work. What do you say to that?
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have any problem with that. But I have a problem with going to take a loan. You drive the car for 45 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours in the morning, and then you park it in the sun. And then 5:30, 6 p.m., you drive the car back home. You see, it's money that is locked up in that car. So if you took a loan to buy a smaller car, it drops you in the office. The rest of the day, it is working. That Uber or Bolt or whatever business that car is into can even make enough money to repay the loan. Whilst it still drops you in the morning, and then in the evening it takes you back home. Okay. And I've taken Uber, and one time I took Uber, and the driver sounded very intelligent. So we started engaging, and I realized this is a master's degree holder, works in a big organization, who is on leave.
Okay.
And he's doing some pa.
I actually met a guy who has about 10 cars. Okay, yes. He started, and then after some time, he bought another car for somebody, work and pay. He makes money every 6 months, or he buys another car. And so over time, he had a fleet of these vehicles. So at the end of every month, he gets more money, In 3 months now, he could buy another car and give it out. And he says, work for 2 years, take the car, it's yours. By the time you work and serve him, pay for 2 years, he's bought 2 or 3 more cars. He's good to go. Victoria from Agbogba says,
and it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
The driver is happy, the owner is happy.
Exactly. Good morning. God bless the guest in the studio. We need to drum it into the ears of our young ones that they should cut their coats according to their cloth. They should never borrow money to have a wedding. The wedding conversation.
Yeah, and it's a big issue. I mean, because I do financial plan, it's a big issue. The number of people you will engage, they took a loan. And normally they will have challenges the earlier part of their marriage because they took a loan for the wedding. You see, and if you are taking a loan, the strategy is use the loan with clear purpose. Why am I taking? You need to be clear in your mind. What is the purpose of the loan I'm taking? You need to know the total repayment up front. You need to know what you are getting yourself into. And where you are not sure, you want to get somebody to look at it for you, there is no problem with that. I heard you guys discussing sometimes some of the things are in small print. Get somebody to look at it for you. There is nothing wrong with that. The bank or the financial institution or whatever, whoever is giving the loan to you, that is their business. And it's other people's money that they have, and they need to work with the money to generate cash flows. But your business is also to make sure that you assess what you are getting yourself into, and avoid stacking loans, multiple loans. And you don't take a loan to repay a loan. You are under pressure. You've taken a loan. Charlie, pressure day, it was 20% interest rate. But the way the pressure is going, you promise the guys you are not being able to pay. So then let me go and take another one at 30% so that I will clear this loan. But
what if that pressure, say you had an emergency that you needed a loan. You had an emergency, needed a loan in 2023, which is around 30%. You went for a fixed rate. There was a promotion, fixed interest. You went for it. Now the lending rates are low. So you go for another loan to pay that one off.
Listen, we are talking about cash flows. That is a good repayment.
Okay.
Because it's going to cost you less. The new loan you are taking is at a lower rate, and it's going to cost you less. So there is no problem with that. So it's about cash flows. It's as simple as that. I'll give you another example. You want to take a mortgage. You are earning cedis. Don't go and take a dollar mortgage. Because from day one, there is a mismatch between the currency of your earning and the currency of the loan you are taking. So you've taken a mortgage, assuming 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, you saw the depreciation of our currency.
Yeah.
Assuming you had a dollar mortgage at that time and you are earning cedis, you can die. You would have sleepless night because you wake up every day and the outstanding loan equivalent is shooting up just because the CD is depreciating.
Yeah.
So if you are taking a loan, then you need to match the currency of your earning with the currency of the loan so that you don't have a mismatch. It's important people consult. You ask for advice when you are getting yourself into some of these things.
Okay.
So you don't end up creating problems. And as long as loans are good, all the rich people, I mean, somebody said that bank managers, when they wake up in the morning, there are customers they pray for. God, give this man good health. Don't let this man die. Oh. He must not die now because the man owes him. And when the man is alive, the man makes money. He also makes money. So loans are not bad in themselves. We've seen a number of wealthy people who have used OPM, other people's money.
Yes.
Other people's money to become wealthy. And there is nothing wrong with doing that. As long as the thing is creating value, the value addition. We don't want value distraction. We want value addition. So let the loan bring value to us. But a lot of the time, the loans people are taking are from family and social pressure. Where people are taking loans, they are borrowing to meet family needs.
Okay. Edmond Awaite says, great presentation by Paul Mante. My question to Paul is, based on his personal observation, what are some of the biggest mistakes that young people make currently in assessing loan facilities?
In one statement, assessing the loan to look rich. People for no say me to a day. When you come to the wedding, you must know that this is my wedding. So once you are taking a loan to look good, you are not taking a loan to solve a problem. You are not taking a loan to add value. Then it's a mistake.
Okay.
Don't even start.
Okay. This one from Tonya Joe says, I reached out to help a friend in need. Now that person is being evasive. When I go after that person, they're saying you are something, but money doesn't grow on trees. The question is it okay to help a friend in need?
Yes, it's okay to help a friend in need. I've had a number of people who have helped me at the point when I needed help, who came through for me, and there is nothing wrong with that. Hey, there are things running in my head wasting.
Sieve them.
Okay, I so you two, your friends within, don't have friends who all look up to you. You must also have friends who you look up to. You have friends, all your friends, nobody can lend you money. Everybody looks up to you. You always have to give money to other people. You need to build a network that is vertical and horizontal. You build network with your peers. You build network with people who are higher, people who are lower. There are times you also need to get other people who will come through for you. And there is nothing wrong with helping people. I do that. Other people have helped me. I have helped other people. There is nothing wrong with that. But helping people can destroy relationship. If you go to family members, friends for loans, and you don't repay the loan, you end up destroying the relationship.
Okay, so so in this case, he's talking about he giving money to somebody. So he wants advice on whether he should help friends when they are in need. Some say don't give out money that you cannot dash, because some people have a habit of not paying loans.
Yeah, that is true. But sometimes what people need is not what you cannot dash. It's not what you can easily give away. Sometimes people need something. So I'll give you an example of. I don't have a permission to mention a name, so I won't mention a name here. When I was taking the mortgage, the house I was buying, the money was not enough to buy the house. A friend I was working with, a senior colleague, I don't have a permission, gave me money 2012 or 2013, gave me about 60,000 cedis or 80,000 cedis at that time. That was good money. That, look, add this for the house you want to buy. So I took that money from the lady, myself, my wife. We took that money. We managed to buy the house. It took 2 years to gather enough to go back to her. So I went back to her, did my own calculation of interest. She says, no, I'm not taking interest on this money. I was only helping the brother and the wife. And that was it. So I've talked about the mortgage, but the amount I was taking with my income at that time was not enough for the house I wanted to buy. But a friend came through. And because of that lady friend of mine, today we live in our own house. So if I have the opportunity to do that for somebody, I have to do it. Okay. But of course, you also have to, know thy friends.
Very important. Ejaya in North K says, in the context of borrowing to make profit, should a person borrow to pay for an MBA or a PhD? Paul Mante.
I don't have any problem with borrowing to educate yourself for value addition. But you need to make sure that after that MBA or PhD, you can create value out of it. It's as simple as that.
Good. This one says, is it prudent to go for a loan to continue with your building project, though it wouldn't complete the building?
I wouldn't take a loan to work on a building that I cannot complete. But that brings us to another important point. Don't go and build a dream house. Do a first house. You see, a lot of the professionals, their whole confusion is a lot of professionals are salary workers are building dream houses instead of first house. So you're a salary worker, you want to build a 7-bedroom house. 8-bedroom house. And listen, drive to Tema towards Miwocho, drive to Adenta towards Dodoa, drive to Kasua. You will see several huge uncompleted houses.
Yes.
And this is capital locked up.
Mm-hmm.
This is monies locked up in properties that are never completed. So if you want to build a house, my recommendation, the house you live in is not an income generating asset. Don't go and build a 7-bedroom house when you have 3 children. You have 2 children. 3-bedroom house is my recommendation. The children are either going to be boys or girls. The boys are in one room, the girls are in one room, the parents are in one room. Finish. Don't talk to me about guest room. Guess what? You live in a rented house. We are asking you to build your own house. You are thinking about a guest who may not come or who may come. When the guests come, there are guest houses around you can put them in. If it's a guest you respect, you can move the children from one room. I mean, those of us who travel, UK, other places, people move children from room. So you can have a place for your 1 week or 2 weeks vacation. And when they go into the room, they will see the children's school uniform in the room and all that. In the morning, when they are not lucky, they hear a knock on the door. Uncle, my school uniform is in the room. Nobody will tell you that.
Emmanuel from Adenta says, please, should I take a loan to invest in my construction business when I have other properties like land to sell? Which is right?
Do cash flow analysis and see. I did financial planning for somebody who had 4 properties which were all uncompleted. Why? I said, what is this? We managed. We agreed to sell one. Immediately we sold that one. We could complete one house. And you see, you don't get full value from a house until it is completed. You can get money stuck in that property, but until it's completed, you don't get full value out of the house. Mm-hmm. And it's the reason why I was talking about this 7-bedroom and 8-bedroom. You will never finish. You use it, unless you're a businessman. If you're a salaried worker like me, and you are earning income based on monthly salary, it will take you between 7 and 20 years to finish that 7-bedroom, 6-bedroom, 8-bedroom house. And guess what? By the time you are done with the house, all your children are gone already.
And you live in it alone. This dream house concept, someone who is a teacher says, you've made very good points. I took a loan to pay my rent in 2015 and it has become a recycle.
Yeah, you will take another loan.
To the extent that now my salary goes into the payment of several other loans which I need to survive on daily basis. As of now, I can't use my mumu. Continue to educate her. So it's one of those who say, wait. I'll send you another number.
Somewhere you are in good hands this morning.
People say, wait, please. I'll send you another number. Because the moment, and you know, hey, this one says, thank you for the discussion. Kindly ask Paul. I'm building at Kufuridia at the stage of flooring. I'm working at Accra renting. Should I take a loan to complete the house at Kufuridia or take a loan to buy a mortgage house in, say, Accra? And it's Harrison Ado from Hacho.
Let's do the cash flow analysis. If you complete that house, you work in Accra, do you intend to rent it out? Mm-hmm. If you are renting it out, what kind of rental income will you get? Sometimes it's also even cheaper to complete the house and sell it. Mm-hmm. You complete the house, you sell it, you get a huge lump sum that you can use to do other things. So it's an issue with the cash flows. Don't be emotional about it, because people see the house and they, this is my house, and it's an emotional thing. Don't treat money with emotions, else you lose money.
Great. Paul Mante is Managing Director, EDC Investments. And this morning, the focus is on personal debt management. It's about you. Still, we're going to return after these messages. We'll get to pick your calls. But it's also important we teach you how to invest so that you don't always go and borrow. Sometimes you must use your money. So now that you have windfall, now that you're earning more, how about planning for a bad day? We'll be right back.
Coffee in your cup, enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best on Joy 99.7 FM.
Hey, Auntie Akos. My momo is finished, but I still want to buy some pepper.
Hey, you are still stressing. You haven't heard about Extra Balance from Forms Capital?
Extra Balance. Which one is that?
It's a good way to get a small boost for your momo wallet when the pockets are dry. Extra Balance will give you a little extra money to sort yourself out till your next top up.
So, even me, I can use it?
Of course! Extra Balance helps everybody. Market women, students, small traders. No wallet left behind. With Extra Balance from Forms Capital, you get a little extra when your wallet runs low. Also, the interest is only charged for the days you actually use the money. It's part of our mission to drive community growth and financial inclusion, because when everybody can move forward, we all win. Sign up for free on the Momo app, navigate to Financial Services, Advances, and select Extra Balance to register. Or dial *170#, select 5, select 3, then select 4 to activate Extra Balance. Live extra with Extra Balance.
One emotion football brings, no matter the nation, is joy. The kind that makes strangers hug and grown adults scream like children. For years, we have cheered from couches, celebrated in front of screens, promising ourselves, one day I will be there. That one day is here. Joy is not someday. Joy is not far away. Joy is here. And this June, you are going to meet it. Book your 2026 World Cup experience with Adansi Travels, because some moments are not meant to be postponed. They are meant to be lived. Call Adansi Travels now on 0595 500 817 or 0531 008 550.
Cactus Creek Hotel, the Valentine destination, invites all to eat, love, and laugh at the Valentine event, Love Meets Laughter. Enjoy a delectable lunch, spice it up with complimentary wine, and top it up with hilarious comedy. KSM in Old Age is a Rascal. Valentine edition, February 14th and 15th. The lunch with live band starts at 1 p.m. prompt. Climax the day with a hilarious comedy masterpiece, Old Age is a Rascal, written and performed by KSM. Reservations are a must. Call 055-039-5007. That's 055-039-5007. Single 600 Ghana cedis, double 1,000 Ghana cedis. For any inquiries, call 024-479-2100. That's 024-479-2100. Love meets laughter at Cactus Creek. Yeah.
Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's still a conversation about personal debt management. You see, personal debt management. We've taken the test. We've looked at, good loans, bad loans. We'll continue and look at the good loans, okay? What will constitute good loans, so you know what to borrow for. But later on the show also we'll get into a conversation about investments. Paul Kofi Mante is Managing Director of EDC Investment, and he's joined us here. But Happy New Year from ABSA. They've got the most exciting news for you this 2026. Now, you see all those resolutions, those plans, those goals you've made. It's time to say yes to them. And with ABSA, you get more than just a bank. You get tailored banking and finance solutions like loans, credit cards, and digital banking that help you save, plan ahead, and take control of life's big and small moments. So whatever saying yes looks like for you, make it happen with ABSA. Make 2026 the year of yes. Your story matters, ABSA. But this is for tech lovers as the Drone Ignite Africa Summit 2026. Ghana is hosting one of Africa's biggest drone, AI, and robotics summit, the Drone Ignite Africa Summit 2026. It's happening on February 10th and 11th at the Kempinski Hotel and the University of Ghana Athletic Oval. This two-day conference and exhibition brings together government leaders, industry experts, startups, and investors through high-level discussions and live demonstrations. The summit is driving a new era of technology-led growth, proudly supported by Axis Drone Service, Soko Aerial, Drone Hub Ghana, Fidelity Bank, Minerals Commission of Ghana, Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, and West Africa. Visit droneigniteafrica.com or call or WhatsApp 0547 197671 for enquiries. But get ready to boost your career with Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA. Whether you're fresh out of the university or climbing the corporate ladder, CIMA gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of over 689,000 professionals in 190 countries. And while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills, and become a chartered global management accountant. No boring lectures. Enjoy flexible, self-paced online learning. Study anytime, anywhere. Visit aicpa-cima.com or call 0263 011 992. Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, one CIMA qualifications, countless career opportunities. But the phone lines have been activated now, so you can join the conversation with your questions on 0302 216 541, 0302 216 541, and then 055 1111 997, 055 1111 997. But you know, Central University invites prospective applicants to apply for admission to the 2025-2026 academic year. At Central University, they believe aligning who you are with what they do is the heart of the academic journey, one that goes beyond the classroom. They're currently admitting students for the following programs: IT and engineering, architecture, design, planning, business, economics, communication, pharmacy, nursing, public health, law, psychology, social work. Graduate programs include PhD Finance, MBA, MPhil, MSc, MA. WASI applicants are invited to try the program eligibility checker on the website to assess the eligibility for the undergraduate programs and also diploma programs for applicants whose results do not qualify them for the undergraduate degree programs. So no matter where your dreams are headed, Central University is where they begin. Central University, raising virtuous and transformational leaders for our world. Okay. So let's get on to the phone lines now. And Abusa is around the airport. Abusa, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you very much for this program. May God bless Joy FM always to bring this program so that we listen.
Amen.
You people continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Abusa, do you have a question you want to ask?
No, I listen to everything. I understand everything. So thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank
Abusa.
you.
Glad that you understand, which means we can go to